Okay.
So we're recording now, and so all the secrets that we gave away just a second ago, it wasn't recorded, and so they'll never know. So if you're watching the recording, you have to join live to get like the secret of success. I'm just kidding. We didn't say anything other than having good 10 days of the year so far. But previous to this Moxie focus group, for Chelsea, how long has it been? Maybe 2 years, the Elite Focus group? Okay, for 2 years prior to this, Chelsea and I, and let me see who else. Carrie is now in there. Dory was in there. Gretchen was in there. I mean, anybody who was a team builder and above on the leadership ladder, we had this group called the Elite Focus Group, and it was specifically for people who were building their business in such a way where they wanted to be a premier or elite coach with Beachbody. Now, as you guys know, our team is elite, but that means I am elite, and my ultimate thought and goal is each of you should have kind of a mindset of, okay, what are my goals for 2017? Do I want to shoot for something like premier or elite, or do I just want to achieve, maybe a 5-star, 2-star? Do I want to get a certain bonus? Do I want to complete like 4 different programs? You guys obviously define your goals, but elite is something that originally this mastermind concept was created for. Now, fast forward those 2 years, and we have so many rising leaders, those who achieve success so consistently, and I wanted to start fresh with that group, with you guys. You earned Success Club in December, or you have already earned it in January, so that's why you were invited to our you are founding members of the Moxie Focus Group. And my thoughts on this group is not necessarily to put more tasks on your plate. It's not to make things tedious, because I know there are a lot of training opportunities. There are a lot of exciting, noisy bells and whistles happening with your business, and also with other coaches that are in some type of influence in your business. But okay, there we go. And I don't want to mute you guys the whole time because that's going to feel really awkward for me. So I just did that really quick to erase background noise. My excitement for this group is I want us to make it very action-oriented, very result-oriented, because we know the basics. Okay, we know the 4 vital behaviors. Likely it's that we already know what we should do, but something's holding us back, and maybe we're not doing it to the best of our ability, or maybe we have some walls that we need to break down, or maybe there's something that's we have questions about, or I need to tweak this, and I really want to make my challenges better, but what ideas do you have? Okay, can you share that with me, and I'm going to share this with you. So my number one suggestion for making sure that we all have a very excellent Q1 in 2017 is to start with your own vision and belief for yourself. And I recommended that you guys watch or listen to that webinar with Josh Coates. Who in here had the chance to listen to that? I re-listened to it before I got on this call. I listened to 2 hours of his personal development while I was cleaning my house. So that was some really refreshing things for me, and I thought, I'm kind of nervous to cast my vision for this year because I'm nervous. So I haven't yet, and I have to talk to my husband about it. But for those of you who watched that webinar or listened to the webinar, tell me about your thoughts. Did it help you? Did it take you to the next level? What are your takeaways?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. His number one thing was having confidence, talking about how you need to believe in yourself and all of these no's. And like he was saying the thing about a successful, sorry, I have children running around. Talking about being successful, that you have to believe in yourself. That's my constipated baby. Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Get it out.
Get it out, baby.
I know. But he was talking about believing in yourself, and that was the biggest take I took away from it, was believing in yourself, because I have lacked in that tremendously because I keep getting a lot of no's, and I was losing confidence and not believing in myself. So then me going in thinking I was going to get a no and not believing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I took that was a huge thing for me that I took out of it. So
Awesome. Yeah. Who else? Good takeaway. Maybe it'll ping somebody's brain that, oh yeah, I listened to that too. Yeah, what's up, Gretchen? Oh, you're muted. You're so pretty. I want to hear your voice. Hold on. Let me see if I can unmute you.
There we go. Got it. So my biggest thing is when he explained the part about being a schizophrenic momentum builder. That is this girl right here. I am a schizophrenic, self-proclaimed schizophrenic momentum builder. And I quoted him, and he said, our outward success is the expression of your inward worth, and new level, new devil. And that is what happens to me. I always am wondering, the big hoop questions are, how do I help my team? Because I can't get anywhere if my team is not also in this moment. How can I expect my team to get anywhere if I'm not a consistent momentum builder? And when I'm on, I am on. I started back up. Life happened, and it is what it is, but that's just an excuse. It didn't have to be that way, but I lost track. I lost all traction. So here I am. In less than 8 hours of putting up another post, I had another coach. If I had just done that, I'm the schizophrenic momentum builder. So now that I know, Joshua Coates has been amazing. I've listened, just like you, Laura. I put him on my laptop while I'm cooking and meal prepping, and just anywhere in between. His webinars have been awesome. And his part where the race car, I loved that. I didn't know where he was going with that. So take a look under the hood. You can get all this fancy stuff. You can pay for this and pay for that and upgrade your computer, and really, and underlying parts of me have been buried, but I do the burying. So action, that's my bottom word. My bottom line is I have to take action. I have books and books and books of notes that I have to take action.
Awesome. Can you explain I loved about the race car, and how somebody who might have a goal to finish first, what do they typically do?
Look at what is right in front of you. Look at what is so simple. It is the back to basics, everything, working out and sticking to that program, drinking your Shakeology and sticking to that program, and inviting, getting bold and getting out there and inviting people. I always tell my coaches, this is one of the most personal things that anybody could ever go through. And it's just about everybody. I mean, think of the people on the planet. Not everybody has tried skydiving, but tell me who hasn't tried at one point or another in their adult life to eat better or lose weight. It's so personal that if you get out there and you invite them, sometimes it just takes that person that you would never think in a million years. And he tells you to get over yourself when you have failed forward, when somebody has deleted you from their page, or they come back and say, what do you think, I'm fat? No. And that's not on you. And to get, and the professional development to get over that is so important. But basically tweaking what is right in front of you, tweaking your engine. Just, you're not going to expect a Ford Fiesta to go out and beat somebody that's Dale Earnhardt Jr. That's not going to happen. So, but with that, you can climb into your own race car by just looking at the basics and getting back to basics.
Awesome. You should make your webinar. I listen to you.
I've heard that before.
Well, then don't let that hide that in the back of your head to bring it back up. Because if you've heard that from more than one person, maybe that's a little seed God's planting for you to inspire people through being articulate. Who else? Tell me about what you thought about that webinar. I'm not going to talk about it the whole time. Maybe I'll get 2 more people to tell me their takeaways from that homework. Nancy, go.
For me, it was the part about how we judge ourselves on our intentions, because I do that all the time. I look at what I want to do, and then I do. I think I'm pretty consistent, but I can always do better. But I always look at what I didn't get done, and I beat myself up for it instead of looking at what I have done.
Mm-hmm.
Being proud of that and moving on and just putting one foot in front of the other.
So is he saying judging yourself by your intentions is a good thing, like you meant well, or is it you judge yourself by your intentions but you never got it done? How is
right? Meaning that we tend to look at what we want to do, but not valuing what we did do and letting that bring us down.
Yeah.
You know, that it we let it affect us too much instead of just keep striding forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Not alone. Who else? One more person. Maybe it was just you guys who watched it. I don't know. I don't know. You did watch it? Okay, you can talk. Oh, you're muted. Let me unmute this. You guys, I think there's like it's a microphone and it might have a red.
Hey.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, Ashley, I can hear you.
One of the things that I really liked is that God's greatest gift to us is our potential, and our greatest gift to God is to utilize that potential. And I mean, I really like Max Lucado, and he said that he likes to quote him a lot. But it really takes it back to, are we doing our best? I finally got to listen to the Dynasty Resurgent call yesterday, and the first thing Allie said is, did you give your all in 2016? And I mean, without skipping a beat, I automatically know, no, I didn't. I did not give my all. And it's, finding that balance between giving your all and overextending yourself, but at the same time, using what God's given me to my best ability.
Mm-hmm. So I did a live video last night because I was doing this devotion yesterday. And I've had this book for ages, My Utmost for His Highest. And it's one of those, like, it's been on my shelf with every other thing. And on and off, some days I pick it up and I'm like, it's September 9th. Let me see what I'm supposed to read. But it really, whatever. But last night I thought, not last night, yesterday morning, I really was needing some reduction on some anxiety. And January 1st spoke to me, even though I was 8 days behind in true Laura fashion, some kind of punctuality issue I have. But it was talking about how our active obedience is to be our best for Him. And so, Ashley, I completely understand how you say, well, did I give my best in 2016? Well, you know what? Now we have our chance to give our best today and then tomorrow. Sweet. I know, hey, you were going to say something too. I'm pointing as if, okay, now you're unmuted.
It's okay. My baby is waking up, so I'm about to go get him.
You have an amazing office, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Mine is actually about kind of the be, do, have, and how he was going over that a lot. And just, some people, like he used the reference for the basketball player that's 6'8", and, he didn't get there because he's 6'8". He got there because he worked for it and practiced and stuff like that. And I'm so new. This is, I think, my 3rd month as a coach. So mine is just learning as much as I can and trying to not get overwhelmed with that. But, I feel like I want to put in the time, and Chelsea is my upline, my coach, and I see what she has done, and she didn't get there from sitting around doing nothing, so I look up to her a lot and not envy what she has, but I want to work to what she has, and work to, like Laura, I don't even really know what elite is, but, I'm just learning and just trying to do so much as not focus on what everyone has, I guess.
I completely understand protecting yourself and thinking, shiny objects, this is nice, but focus. So Ken, you have come out of the gate swinging, so just keep your head down, focus, because I remember what it felt like to be at month 3 And sometimes that's a common wall, and I'm just gonna warn you, maybe this won't be you, so I don't want to like project this or put it on you. But typically by month 3, there's a wall that coaches hit and they're like, okay, now what? Do I panic? Have I achieved the goal? I'm not moving fast enough. And they start looking left and right, and they start doubting that they're not doing things well enough, or that they should be doing less or more. Just do the basics, follow Chelsea, do exactly what Chelsea says.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Word for word.
Yeah. Chelsea's like, oh crap.
She's doing something right, because, yeah.
I know, right? Solid leader.
That's my goal. I'm just keeping my head down. I'm just doing like the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what Gretchen said, just focusing on, I think it was Gretchen, going back to, just drinking my Shakeology, doing my workouts and inviting. And it's working so far. I know, so yeah. I'm trying to keep it simple.
Well, I appreciate the simplicity of it, because I was going to share with you guys a few of my personal development suggestions. If you guys, we're going to do a couple of like takeaways from this call. I'm going to talk a little bit about some call to actions, talk about challenge groups a little bit, share with you how I would love to keep each other accountable to make this more of a back and forth thing throughout the groups. We're only going to meet once a month. We can meet more frequently in different pods, but once a month as a big group. But it's not just going to be a, hey, how's it going? And you're going to look at us and say, I didn't do it last month, or I didn't give my best last month, and okay, next month is going to be better. This is not going to be a, let's get on the call and share all of our feelings, although I love feelings and we will hug and have a good time. But this call is about accountability and action, and this group is about leveling up. Okay, so I don't want us to just hit Success Club every month. That's what got you here, but I want you to level up. What else could you do? How else can you improve? So when Kim was talking about the simplicity of it, that reminded me of a book called The One Thing. Julia Payne introduced that book to me. It's a book that John Congdon, I always say his name wrong, he was recommending it highly to the corporate team, but it's about simplifying your goals. And sometimes it's cool to have like 40 different goals. Sometimes it's overwhelming because you don't know where to address your attention and energy. But I encouraged you guys to set 12-week goals, 90-day goals, because I was reading a book, which is my second suggestion, The 12-Week Year. I'm going to type these in the chat box, actually. The 12-week year and One Thing. Those are my 2 suggestions. I'm going to go ahead and put the other book down there too. I've not yet read these, but this is on my plan of what to read in the first quarter. 12-week year is going to help you set and change your mindset to say, okay, I'm not just going to, have pockets of energy and time and say by the end of the year I would like to achieve this. Let's fast forward and say, okay, by April 1st I want to achieve this, and treat that as if it's a do or die end of the year accomplishment. Because I know that I turned up the heat and I turned up my belief when I realized that we were not looking promising for hitting elite at all. We were nowhere near top 100. So by August, I was like, man, I thought, what's happening? So I got a fire lit under my butt. We campaigned together, we rallied together, and our team made it happen. But I think if I would have had that urgency to achieve something really big by April 1st, would I have turned up the heat and gotten a little more serious earlier than just August and September? My gut tells me that I would have. So let's treat April 1st like a really big milestone in your business. A defining moment in your business is April 1st. What will you have achieved by then? What is it that you want to achieve by April 1st? So that's why I think the 12-week year is important. The other thing, the one thing. Anyways, I'm such a dork. To narrow in your energy on that exceptional goal that you want to achieve, and living your best year yet is going to just help you understand maybe what the difference is between what you've done in the past and how you're going to shift your energy and time to the future. Now, those are obviously like business books. You guys might also have different personal development goals, like listening to certain podcast speakers, doing certain devotionals, going to certain conferences. I know last year, Dory and I went to a Danny Johnson conference together. Well, she went and I just stayed in the hotel. And it was awesome. But those are the kind of things that I feel are so important. because one of the webinars I just finished listening to by Josh Coates was talking about, in order for you to break through a wall that you have, in order to remove any negative thoughts that you have from possibly previously missed goals or burns that you've had in the past or fears that you have, he says you're going to have to go into your house in your brain, and it's not just about redecorating. It's not just about going in there and painting up new, paint or fixing the wallpaper or updating the furniture, updating the decorations, because the dry, what is it called? The walls, what is the dry wall? Is it called drywall?
Rock.
Drywall.
Sheetrock.
Sheetrock. That is still moldy and full of nastiness if you are not going to literally go into your head, break down the walls, and rebuild the walls. So if we are listening to perhaps somebody who, and maybe you can't get away, I'm not saying like avoid everybody in your life who is negative, but you protect yourself from negativity or self-doubt or fears of you not accomplishing big, amazing things this year, because the more that you feed into that, the more solid those walls are going to be in your head. The more foundational those negative self-limiting beliefs will be if you keep on feeding your mind with negativity or doubt or fear or inaction. Like not taking action will make those walls become stronger and more sturdy. But what will break down those walls so your life and your head is clear and free to understand you're supposed to live your best. Okay, so like yesterday when I was reading this, I finally realized I need to be my best. I need to be my best, not for my ego, not for my pride, not for all the money, but because that would make me feel significant. That would make me feel satisfied. That would make me feel like I'm living out my purpose to give my best every day. So in order for us to break down the walls that we're running into, that maybe is causing us to not take the right amount of action, we need to power in personal development. Power it in. If you think that all it takes is for you to read 10 minutes a day, no, you need more than that. Like listen to podcasts, get your earphones in, commit to reading 30 minutes in the morning or a chapter every couple of days. Get through some personal development. That is the number one thing that is going to change your entire year. I promise you that. Pound your brain by breaking through walls that's holding you back. And the only way that you can break through these walls, get past your limits, overcome these fears, is if you fill yourself with this positivity, with this belief, with the new business skills. Then all of a sudden, your attempt to lead your team and motivate your team, I know that I've had that struggle before, and I'm like, I just don't know what to say. I'm not a preacher kind of like speaker. I don't know how to motivate people. I'm just feeling down. Well, do you know why I'm not motivating anybody? Because I haven't been filling myself with personal development. But when I do, my cup is full, and all I have to do is squeeze out a little bit. It's not like I have to prepare this ginormous presentation and this big PowerPoint or have like 15 points to talk about on a Getting Started Right call. I can literally just open my mouth, talk about what I've been learning, and somehow they can take nuggets away from it. So it's not only going to help you, it's going to help your team. They're going to be able to like just sense, like smell your aura and be like, yeah, she thinks I'm awesome. I must be awesome. It's a really, really powerful game changer. So prioritize that if you haven't before. Another big, I don't want to say like homework, but something that Carl Deichler is really, really pushing this year is he's encouraging people to have these win binders. Has anybody heard of that? A win binder, a win book. It is, I have that on my Q1 goal board, but I've not bought a binder yet. So obviously that shows you how serious I've been about it. But I have a binder in here just for a visual. He basically wants us to take our roles as coaches so seriously that we will keep a physical binder, print out success stories from our customers, transformations, or just messages that we get of, oh my gosh, I just lost 10 pounds. Oh my goodness, I feel so amazing about myself. Oh, look, here's a before and after, and these are my weight changes. Like every single month, if you can fill up Maybe just add one new success story in your binder. So by the end of the year, or let's say April 1st, because let's not even think about the end of the year. By April 1st, my personal goal is to have 10 customers in my win book, because I want to look at this and say, okay, because of our challenge group, this woman felt this and she experienced this and she's on the right path. Or because of this, the coach training we offered, so-and-so was able to pay off her credit card debt, and so-and-so is now coming on her Success Club trip, and so-and-so was able to whatever. All the wins in our business needs to outshine any not wins, any failures, any MIAs, any people who ghost us. We need to focus our energy on the win. So anyways, a win book, my personal goal by April 1st is to have 10 success stories, customers specifically, with a before and after or a progress picture, just for affirmation, even for marketing purposes, to be able to say, I helped this person do that. That would speak volumes to our market, to our audience, to realize that you are really helping people. Any questions about that? Does that sound like something that would point you in the right direction to ensure you're helping your customers? And that might not be what floats your boat, but Carl challenged us to do it, and I'm going to listen to what he says. Has anybody ever done anything like that in the past? Like maybe written a blog about a success story?
Facebook posts.
Okay.
Like I've taken quotes from private messages, and I've asked my clients permissions first, obviously, but I've taken snippets of those and made a Facebook post and put it out there, and that does help.
Yeah.
And those people actually become coaches, because then with that, I ask not only their permission to use their words in quotations, but also, can I put it on my post for people to contact you if they have any questions about your success? And then I think I'm 3 for 3. So why am I doing that more? Just running that Batman.
So the one thing book, that's going to help you narrow in on that profitable behavior. There's a lot of things that we enjoy doing. You might enjoy crafts, you might enjoy graphics, you might enjoy, whatever activity in your business. But to shift our energy on what is most profitable, that will reap the biggest reward, instead of scrolling through our team pages and liking and commenting on stuff. That's helpful and that's educational, but what's more effective is getting out there and starting 10 new conversations. Or not self-doubting and thinking, I need to create another team training video, or I need to, look at all this, and I need to watch this old webinar that I haven't yet. No, what you need to do is do your 4 bottom behaviors and then do extra stuff. I'm preaching to the choir because I haven't finished my list today. All right. Well, let me pause there. Again, those are just some tidbits, things that I'm focusing on for Q1. I wanted to challenge us to keep each other accountable to a very intense level. And so the concept of tracking our checklist, tracking a goal that we have, and making sure that we complete at least 85% of our daily to-dos each day. And I thought, well, I'm nobody's boss. I'm not even physically with you each day. So how in the world can I keep you accountable? And is it even fair to keep you accountable to a point where there's a consequence for not achieving the 85% daily to-do list? So this is going to be optional if you want to participate. Because again, I'm not your boss, I'm not your micromanager, but I am somebody who is inviting you to join me in this level of commitment. Because if you say, you know what, yes, Laura, you have permission to kick me out of this group if I do not fulfill 80% of my to-do list every single day. Now, if you are not in a position to do that, if you think, well, there's no way I can do that right now, okay, we love you no matter what. But you are the one who writes your to-do list, not me. You decide your April 1st goal, and based on your April 1st goal, reverse engineer it. And if we need to do that together, we can reverse engineer it to see what you need to achieve each month, decide what you need to achieve each week, and then decide what actions you need to take each day that will compound to gain those results. And after a week or two, you might have to modify that checklist to make sure that you're taking enough action, the right action, to achieve that month goal that you have, et cetera, et cetera. So we can evolve these checklists, but I would love to see if anyone already has a daily checklist that they work through, or a list of things that they know they need to accomplish each day in order to achieve their April 1st goal. So I want all of us for the next 25 minutes, hopefully we can accomplish this in 25 minutes, to share two things, okay? One, I want you to briefly talk to us about what you would love to achieve, and if you want to speak it into existence, tell us what you will achieve by April 1st. And the second thing is, so far, what you have as the action steps that you are going to take daily. Because after this call, I'm going to ask you guys to put a more formal checklist together, a more formal like tracker, whatever you want to call it, and post it in the group. And we will figure out how we calculate 85% of it. And in order for us to keep each other accountable, I want us to take a picture of that checklist every single day. And because that is, in my mind, the only way that we can realistically track and keep each other accountable, knowing that there's a consequence if you don't, and knowing that we're all in this together. Does that all make sense so far? Okay, so that was my, that's all I could think of as far as, okay, how can we level up? How can I level up is keeping you guys accountable to your own goals, to your own pace, and it might be meticulous to you, but literally just having a list, checking it off, and taking a picture of that list and posting it in the group every single day. And that's how the group is, that's how by April 1st, we're going to be rock stars. So now we have 24 minutes, I'm sorry. Somebody say, again, the first thing is tell us your April 1st goal and tell us what you think you need to do daily to achieve that.
Are we doing that right now? Like,
yeah, if you have it, because I want us to all talk about it, because it might like ping other people to say, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go first because I'm pretty sure my kid's about to wake up or is waking up. So my goals, I did write them down by quarters. I am starting the 12-week year, so I'm pretty excited about thinking about shifting goals like that. And I have a lot of first quarter goals, and I'm excited about them. And so I've already started taking my first quarter goals and breaking them down into more tangible daily steps and worked them into my revised daily tracker so that way I'm, making sure that the things that I'm doing daily are actually moving me towards my goals and not just, the same kinds of things that didn't give me the same end result as these goals last year. So some of my first quarter goals are 2-star diamond, help build 2 of my coaches to diamond organizations so that they can start benefiting from that. A solid, consistent $500 a week income, not, kind of 1 week high, 1 week low. I want to really work on building consistency across the 4 different, weeks of the month. I want to build my husband's account to Emerald so that I can start capitalizing on some of the team cycle bonuses through there, thinking long-term about second business centers, things like that. Start accumulating a certain number of elite points, grow my Instagram account, and I have numbers associated with those as well. And then I also put that I want to work on 12 new recipes. One of the things that I do in my challenge groups is I take the recipes that I use and I post them in an album. And so I want to continue to add to that for my challengers, for my social media, value, things like that. And then I also have in here the programs that I want to complete in January, February, and March as far as my workouts. So
I'm so excited. I love it.
My tracker, and I'll just share this in the group with you guys, but basically it goes through the daily typical, vital behaviors as far as workout, drink Shakeology, personal development. But I've given myself a little bit more space to kind of write in what I'm doing for personal development, not just checking off the box. And then for social media posts, I broke it down into Facebook, Instagram, and my like page, because I'm really good about posting consistently on Facebook, but I'm really terrible about posting consistently on all 3 of the platforms that I have. And so it's stupid that I don't, because it's copy and paste, but I don't because I get busy and I spend, 5 seconds doing it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, now I need hashtags. Now I need this. And so my goal is to really streamline that process so that it is that simple. And that's what I've been working on so far this week. And then I've got new contacts, writing down who I invited to a challenge group or business sneak peek kind of thing. And then following up with messages. But then on the back, I always give myself like a little spot to like write down people's names, because I'm a pen and paper person. And then I take these and transfer them over to a master online list that I use. But then I also have like my daily team things that I want to do. So on Thursdays, do my stars tracker, the one that we've been doing in the elite focus group, rank advancements, success club updates for my personally sponsored coaches. On Fridays, doing like praising coach posts and just little things to kind of keep me not in front of my coaches, but to make sure that I'm doing so I'm not letting little things fall between the cracks as far as they go. So, yeah.
Perfect. Love it. There's no such thing as perfect, but you know what I mean? Great.
It's a start.
It's yeah. All right, who else? All right, Nancy, what's up?
I only have a few minutes because I have a 1-year-old who is ready to eat. But I am very close to Diamond. I got my husband to Emerald, but I need to light a fire under my other coaches. I got lots of coaches, but they all just want to be discount coaches, and I'm having trouble attracting anybody that wants to build a business or converting any of them to business builders. So I'm not really sure what steps I need to do to make that happen. So I'm kind of flailing at that right now, failing and flailing. I do use a tracker, but
do you and that's something you can create? It's just like a daily tracker or even a weekly tracker, like Chelsea has been doing. Josie.
Yeah, I use a tracker consistently, but what I don't have are, those are for my daily basic behaviors and inviting and all that, and I'm good about that, but it's the team building that is my problem.
Can I give you some feedback?
Absolutely.
So when you were speaking about your team, you're like, well, they're just discount, and I finally got my husband to Emerald, which is really amazing. I understand how frustrating it could feel to be recruiting coaches, but they're discount coaches just because they want a discount. I totally understand, because you're like, this is great, but my suggestion to you is to not stop recruiting discount coaches, because
oh no, yeah,
of course you aren't. I know the frustration. I guess that's a strong word. I guess the hang up is I just wish somebody would want to build a business like I do. And my only suggestion to you is to not focus on that one rock when you're driving, when you're riding. If you focus on that rock, you're going to stumble over that block and fall over. Just focus on your actions, focus on your recruiting, and it's going to be perhaps a shift in the way that you're communicating your conversations, a shift in what you're presenting on your social media, where when somebody finally does say yes, they're already going to be, the seed's going to be planted that this is a business opportunity and not just a discount opportunity. Mm-hmm. You're likely already doing that, so that might mean you just need to turn it up a notch.
Okay, I like that. Thank you.
All right, who's next?
I'll go. So I'm using the tracker that we are also, because I'm also in Revive.
Yep.
So I am horrible at goal setting. Goal setting literally gives me anxiety.
Okay.
So I need to get better at that. And I got to get over me and just get that done. But by April 1st, which is my birthday, by the way. Yeah.
What a big time.
So by April 1st, I want diamond back. I want my diamond back. And this time I'm really like Nancy, I get it. Because all of the coaches I've lost are discount coaches. And I've had 2 that literally, they said to me that they went to the hospital because Shakeology gave them an issue. And I don't know. And I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it's not. I'm over
Maybe
it.
they
And
had an allergy. It wasn't necessarily being
don't know. So those are the people I've lost. The people that are staying, they are still invested and they want to move forward. So I've got to figure out how to get that done. Like I said, my Revive, those are my checklists right now. I've done a lot with that Laura, you are her rock star, by the way. That's your Laura.
Hi.
You're a celebrity in this house with this one right here.
Probably like, who's that guy? Who's that little boy? That's always
No. So that's my checklist. My goal by April 1st is definitely diamond. And I'm studying. I don't care. I'm going elite. It is.
I'm trying not to get ever to sleep.
Yep.
Okay.
It's
I think I just peed my pants.
So it's happening. It's going to happen. So it is what it is. And I'm not going to lose myself because somebody else has an issue or because I call it shut up in color. I refuse to shut up in color anymore. I'm going to paint the Monet. That's what I'm going to do.
That gives me chills. Okay, Gretchen, knowing that is obviously end of the year goal beyond April 1st. April 1st is, I have ideas of what we can do for benchmarks. Getting back to diamond is perfect. And then expanding outside of that, because elite is a 12-month process. It's not, you know what I mean? It's even it's truly like a 2-year process, but you've been building and planting seeds for a while now. And so we can leverage that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Excellent.
Awesome. All right. Who's next? I know Chrissy and Carrie wrote in the chat box because they can't talk and Carrie is dying. Poor Carrie. So I'll read theirs in a second. So who else can go?
I'll talk for a little.
Okay, go ahead, Kim.
Okay. I am struggling with just being overwhelmed. I have never done anything like this before. I am a very type of tell me what to do and I can do it, and not so much a very creative, like I'll take the reins and I'll do my own thing. And I'm actually the opposite of kind of what Nancy's going through. Is I have people coming to me that are like, I'm ready to hit the ground running. I want to make this my whole business. What do I do? And I'm just like, so that's where I'm super overwhelmed of, I'm so new to this. I don't know a whole lot. And so whenever they are like, expecting me to give them everything that I give them everything I know, and I help them as much as I can, but I'm just kind of freaking out because I am so new to this that I don't know, like I need to learn so much too, so it's tricky because I have 3 people right now that are ready to rock this. So, which is awesome, but so go ahead.
Well, I don't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I was going to say one, that's a good problem to have.
Exactly.
But 2, very common, like for you to assume you don't know next steps because you're like, I haven't been to that level yet. Like I haven't seen that horizon yet. So I don't know how to confidently tell you what it looks like, to tell you what the colors are, to tell you that how does the sand feel on my toes. Like, I don't know, but you are ahead of them. And so all you need to do is just tell them so far. And you have been building your team. You have been building High Success Club. You have been, I'm assuming, leading your own challenge groups.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our first one this month.
Awesome. Okay. So you do know how to train them. And that means that you are now hold yourself responsible to keep going to that next level because they're going to continue to say, okay, what next? So that might feel like some pressure to you, but my personality responds kind of, I respond well to pressure that it forces me up.
Right. Me too.
Okay, good.
I think even saying that I do know something, that I'm teaching them something.
You do.
Kind of just hit home too. Like, you know.
You're ahead of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Thanks. I'm glad I said something.
And the example that you're setting in your challenge group alone, because this is their first time in a challenge group, I mean, that precedent in itself is huge, because you're showing them what you're doing to help your customers get results, and ultimately how you lead your challenge group is going to affect them and show them, hey, like, yeah, and spark ideas for them, and, you know, not only let them learn their own leadership style, but be able to learn, you know, what a successful challenge group looks like, because you and Kelly are killing it in your challenge. It's like impressive. I'm like, I want to be in their challenge.
You are in it. Well, thank you. We're trying.
So with that feeling of, okay, I'm a little overwhelmed, have you cast like a confident vision of where you want to be by April 1st, or is that kind of clouded now by feelings of, I don't even know where to aim because I'm keeping up with all this other stuff?
That's what's so tricky is I know what ranks are, and I am very close to being a diamond coach. And again, which is so exciting, but I don't even know what kind of goals to set.
Okay.
Because I don't even want to say what's realistic, because I don't want to go with what's realistic. I don't know where to go, like what to aim for, I guess.
Exactly. I think I like you. I think that, well, of course you don't like you, but just the fact that you were like, I don't want to be unrealistic. Me neither. And that's why I'm a crazy person. And I've failed at a lot of goals. So I don't want anyone here to think that just because I cast goals that they all are achieved, that is not true. And some of this might be the same for you. But let's just say that April 1st, do or die. So how about this? Kim, you talk to Chelsea. You, although it might seem a little foggy or unclear, I want to challenge you to set an April 1st finish line, pretending that's your end of the year. What would make you feel proud of yourself by then? It doesn't have to be a rank. It doesn't have to be an income. It could be a certain fitness goal. It could be a certain amount of customers that you've helped lose a certain amount of weight. It could be that you've gotten out of your comfort zone and done a coach sneak peek by yourself. It could be tangible things like that even.
Cool. Good idea. Thank you.
Ashley?
Okay, big picture. And Laura has told me multiple times I overthink things and I get in my own head, and I do. However, I feel like I set big goals for myself, and the last two that I've set have come and gone. At Mermaid Camp in November, I had back at Summit, I'd set a goal, a little bit after Summit actually, I'd set a goal for myself to be 1-star by end of October, 2-star by my birthday at the end of February, and you know, here I am still really pushing and not there. I keep feeling like it's one of those things I just keep doing, and I keep pushing because I'm not a give up kind of person. But Kim, like you said, you know, it's sometimes hard to set those goals and know exactly what you have to do to get to them and to back that up. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, it's easy to say, okay, well, I have to be, in order to be 2-star, I have to have 2 diamond star working businesses. And okay, great. You know, but for me, a lot of times, you know, getting to diamond was all me, and it's pushing myself, and it's hard for me to transition and sometimes into that helping someone else want it for themselves. And I know Laura and I kind of talked a lot about that. Chelsea and I actually had a conversation, I don't know if you even remember, Chelsea, about right after I hit diamond, I had my fear. I'd heard a national wake up call, and I don't even remember who it was, but they said, you know, I was stuck at diamond. I was only diamond. And that was my fear. And I expressed that to Chelsea, and it's like, my fear slapped me in the face and became my reality. And so there's somewhere in between that I have to find. And all I can do is just keep doing my vitals and doing my workouts and posting my transformations and working in my challenge groups and don't know what else to do other than do what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah. And I think that you probably know this in the back of your head, but maybe you've not admitted it to yourself. I haven't looked at your downline. I don't know exactly everybody in your team, but your hope to be one star, your hard work, your diligence, the things that you can control, you're like, I did it, but it still didn't happen, right? We can't control everything. But what if that one person or two people that you were expecting to be diamond, what if they no longer want to be diamond, and then your goal now is just to keep on keeping on to find two new fresh people who are passionate enough to become diamond? Would that take the wind out of your sails, or would that kind of refresh you, be like, all right, no more dragging that let's find some new blood?
I think that's kind of where I've transitioned a little bit anyway. Just in the fact, and one of my coaches, and I don't want to say name, I love her dearly. It's one of those things that she wants it, but she can't get to Emerald yet. Like, it's one of those things that, and I keep pushing her, and she's been in, you know, Emerald in a day groups, and she was in the, you know, the 10, whatever the, I can't remember what the name of the group was, but anyway, it's like she wants it, but she's not sure how to get it, and I'm having a hard time helping her get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and some of the ones that are just like served up on a platter, she can't close the deal, and I'm almost wondering, is it a situation where I need to see her conversations? I mean, like, and so I've tried to really kind of transition, and realistically, if it comes down to it, my mom is one of my coaches. I have a sister. I mean, like, I can build, but then I feel like that would be not necessarily a fake business, but it wouldn't be a strong, stable business. I would continue to have to work theirs as well. And I don't know at what point is that a purpose? You know what I'm saying? Just to have a rank.
Right. I think that's a personal decision. Some coaches do it, some coaches don't. Some people do both. You know, this year, one of my Q1 goals is to help my mom and my husband achieve diamond, but I've been in the business for 3.5 years, and they're just now there with me because I have a bigger picture that I'm going for. So I think that you continue to love and to serve this coach, but you've given her the resources, so I don't want you to think that it's your bad leadership. I think that it takes ownership on her part, or eliminating fear on her part, which it sounds like. I'm not singling her out. It's for anybody in here that has coaches who have verbally mentioned, yes, I would love to achieve this success, because they see other people and they think it feels good. I would love to get that recognition. I would love to get that paycheck. I would love this level. But it does take a decision to get out of your comfort zone, to go for it. A lot of overcoming things that they have to work out. I mean, we each know that everyone has something. So Ashley, you just focus your energy on newness, because your team is amazing, and your responsibility as their coach and sponsoring mentor is to still lead them to their goals, but realistically ask them, well, what are your goals? Because do you want to tell me your goals? Because if these are your goals, and this is how it happens. So when you're ready to achieve your goals, do this action. And if you don't do that action, then that's not really a goal of yours. And then that's your level of mentoring. The ball is in their court, and you move on to other people who you can help. I'm like, oh, I should do that. For my I think we still have, I'll read off Danny, I'll read off Carrie and Chrissy's in a second. We have Danny and Dory. I think everyone else is gone, right? Yeah. All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go next.
Okay.
You really wants to say hi.
Hey, I've seen you blow me some kisses. Mwah. I don't know if you're blowing me kisses, but I received them.
He was. He was so excited. He's like, it's Auntie Laura, it's Auntie Laura.
You're so handsome. You got a little boy haircut.
All right, can you sit up? Because if you flop off the bed, that's going to make mommy talking really hard. So our life is still really crazy, and I still have a lot of things that are kind of up in the air, and so I have kind of held off on making goals the last couple months because I just don't know what. I don't know what to do. Yes, that's Laura. So. Yes, mommy's packing.
I totally get it. Just keep going. I got you, girl.
So I would like to say that we have some like really, awesome, amazing goals for this year. But for first quarter, my goal is to build challenge groups, and so start hitting Success Club again and adding 3 to 5 new challengers to the group each month instead of just having repeat people or people like converting from other people's.
Got it. Okay.
And then I would like to be a solid diamond again and to be close to finishing qualifying for 1 star for like the 872nd.
Third time's a charm, girl.
I feel like we've been here more than 3 times.
Yeah. I've been, you know how many times I've gone through qualification stuff? Ugh.
I just feel like this first time shouldn't be so.
He muted you, by the way. He muted you.
I just feel like the one shouldn't be the one that we're stuck at.
No, it's like the Band-Aid. Like after this, it's going to be like, boom.
Yeah, so those are the 3 goals.
Okay, then write this down. I know that it's an April 1st goal.
Because I'm not going to remember what I said in 10 minutes.
Okay, don't write it down, but in your head, you will forget this. I'll remind you. But anyone else who has a star diamond goal, for quarter 1, if you want to achieve a star diamond within the first quarter, start your qualification for that by February 22nd, because the 6 weeks after that is the end of the first quarter. So that's how you kind of celebrate. So February 22nd, Dory, is when you should, I mean, obviously try to do it beforehand, but that's the day to no longer, like, you know what I mean? Start then. Okay. Especially if anyone, like Chelsea said that she was shooting for 2-star, and that means that she would get a 2-star bonus, which is around $1,000 each quarter. When you're a 5-star diamond, it's about $4,000 a quarter. When you're a 10-star diamond, it's about $15,000 a quarter. And when you're a 15-star diamond, it's about $50,000 a quarter. So these star diamond goals each quarter, they build and they grow as we grow and build. And so that's kind of something cool to know is possible as far as an income in the future. So Chelsea, I'm excited for you to get that. Dory, excited for you with that 1-star goal. Perfect. Love it. Danny. Hey.
Yes. I'm kind of with, I don't know what her name is, but learning the levels and doing all of that. I just got Emerald, so that was my goal for that. So whatever that next level is, that is what I want to do. But I want to add more, I need more coaches, and that's the thing is like I was telling you in one of our other Zoom things, is I think I'm overwhelming a lot of people with a lot of info, and that is my problem, is I'm not, I guess, for lack of a better word, educated enough in the business to know like the training. So I'm going through one of the goals that me and you set personally for myself was going through all of those training videos and educating myself more and more through that. So that's what I'm still doing and I'm working on, but I want to invite more people to challenge groups. I want to have more, not just more customers, but I want to have more coaches. And that is my goal, is getting those. I have 2 coaches, so I want to get those 2 coaches also educated. I want to be able to educate them as well, you know, because the same thing, like when they come to me and say, what do I need to do next? I'm like, Laura, help, what do I do? So I panic. And so I have the checklist kind of rough draft, because I went off of yours, like I said, that one time, but doing the personal development and doing more podcasts and books, or like the readings and stuff like that, just all around, like getting a core, like a base for myself to be able to, you know, be the root and blossom for other people to kind of branch off of me, because that's what you are for us. So I want to be that as well. And I need to be better with posting. And I, like on the weekends, I just, things get so crazy and it's just like I completely forget. And I think the checklist, finishing that and completing that as well is going to help, because then I can make sure that I hit that, especially if we're holding each other accountable. When it comes to that stuff, if I'm being held accountable and people are, you know, looking, like trying to help me, like I don't want to let them down as well as let myself down. It's easy to let myself down, but when there's other people, like, you know, you don't want to look like that sort of loser that is the only one that didn't do it. So I think that's going to help, but I want to get more educated. I want to get more people in the challenge groups. I want to not overwhelm a bunch of people with info and learn, you know, more about it, and get more coaches and help the coaches that I do have. So,
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect. And so how about this? I know me and you've talked last week, and we had, okay, well, for those of you who don't know, I will talk for like 2 more minutes, but Danny and I had a one-on-one last week, or I don't know when it was. I said, okay, tell me your goals. Well, I don't know. What's the first step? Okay, well, hit Success Club and get to Emerald. She's like, okay. 24 hours later, she did it. And I was like, let's do something else. So that was really awesome. So focus on what you have done. I know that you want more coaches. I know you have this big vision, because that's going to continue to take you to that next level. Love it. That's my whole concept this year. My whole focus is leveling up for me and hopefully everybody else. So it sounds like you want to hit Diamond by April 1st?
Yes.
Okay. She's like, we can do on that and see if that's something that feels right. But, or soon, it doesn't matter, but you can do it.
Hey, I hit that in 24 hours. I think I can do it.
Yeah. Just keep doing what you did. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of people are saying, oh, how do I get more coaches? That's my struggle. Chrissy, real quick, she said, my do or die by April 1st is move to Diamond rank, which means she needs 3 or 4 more coaches, build 2 of those coaches to Emerald. She wants to build her husband to Emerald. She wants her monthly income to be $800 to $1,000. Her daily focus is going to be coach invites, challenger invites, vital behaviors, and she needs to improve on her personal development. I love this detail, Chrissy. I love that you've broken it down to specifically what you want to make as a month. The reason why I can appreciate that is because some months the weeks are going to be like this, but at the end of the 30 days, you can say, even though some weeks were this much, some weeks were this much, as a whole, you still could have achieved your monthly income goal. So I love that. So with this, that's going to be everybody's focus is vital behaviors, coach invites, challenger invites, personal development, but break it down very specifically more than that, where we can actually see that you've completed 100% of it. 85% of it is the bare minimum. So for me, I have broken out my to-do list into 20 different things, because some of it is clearing my inbox. Okay. I actually have cleared my inbox 3 different times on there. Even though that's one action step, I'm going to do it 3 different times throughout the day. So I'm continuing conversations, clearing the inbox, and then go inviting more people, go to hang with my family, do my thing, come back to my inbox, clear it out, go inviting new people. So I do that a couple of times a day, kind of like I do a power hour multiple times. I have on there to add 20 people to my list or expand my market. Those are some examples of what you can put on your list as you guys are creating it. A silly thing I have on here is to get ready. That's on my list, is to get ready, because I know me and I know that I will feel more equipped or ready. I will feel more confident to throw myself onto a video camera and do a couple of coach trainings. And so to me, I feel like getting ready equips me for success in that area, since I want to do some new like YouTube trainings. I have on here posting 4 times a day, and each post has something I can check off. You don't have to break yours down in this amount of detail, but I did because I wanted that level of accountability. Oh, really quickly. And carries. So I clearly look and feel like death. No, you look beautiful. My goal is to do a much better job with inviting and tracking my conversations. I haven't done that at all yet, and that is something I know I would benefit from. So that, along with really working on building momentum and guidelines within my coach team, are my main focuses this quarter. Okay, I like that, because maybe when you say guidelines, I'd like to hear a little bit more what you think. We can talk later about, guidelines for your team, maybe helping them kind of do the exact same thing we're doing. Like, what are your goals? What's your plan for the month? Do you want accountability? Where's your tracker? Or whatever. So, all right. So here are my call to action points. Between now and next Tuesday, which is a week from now, We're not going to meet next Tuesday necessarily because I want these Zooms to be once a month, but I can go live. You guys can go live. You can post in there with questions. Let's make this group very interactive, and the entire objective is to keep each other accountable on our April 1st goals, whatever it takes to use this group to dominate our April 1st goals. Let's do it. Whatever you need, I'll do it. Whatever I need, I'm going to ask of you guys. So between now and next Tuesday, I want you to really focus on what you want on April 1st when you wake up. And then how are you going to do that? So talk to your coach if you need to break it down a little more specifically, to get affirmation that your daily checklist, your tracker each day that you're going to be completing has the proper amount of business activity to lead you to the goal that you have. Capiche? Because you can't say I want to be diamond, but then you're only going to invite one person a day. That doesn't equate. So that was kind of an example. You're going to have to turn up the notch if you're trying to level up. Okay? Awesome. If you have any questions, unmute yourself and go for it. But if not, then we will say peace out. Let's get to work. Let's love on some people. Let's maintain our priorities. I will upload this recording to YouTube and post it in Moxie focus group. All right? Love you guys. Proud of you. I'm proud of you guys. All right. Bye.